Hi folks, I'm Tom. Today we're going to be installing a PLFI 520 island range hood. That's going to be installed over an island cooktop in your kitchen, mounted directly up to the ceiling. So let's take a look at the tools you're going to need today. We're going to start off with our level over here. You've also got a drill or a screwdriver would be sufficient in this particular situation. Also got a tape measure, marking pencil, aluminum back duct tape, a utility knife, our drywall saw, and a plumb line. Now the first thing you want to do upon receipt of your actual range hood is you're going to want to go ahead and inspect the contents of the box to make sure that you have everything is in here, and then also that the range itself, the range hood, actually works. Now we have already tested this one, so we know that it works just fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at the contents of the box and see what's inside. So you want to make sure that you've got, first and foremost, your installation guide. You also want to find your support brackets. Be careful, these are sharp. You want to get these out and get those ready for that. Got your transition duct. You want to make sure you've got that as well. Your ceiling mounting bracket for the chimney. Now depending on the actual ceiling mount that you got that came with your actual range hood, you may be using this one right here, which is what we'll use for our purpose of demonstration today. But you may also have a lower profile one, which also is going to work exactly the same for everything we're doing. So you want to follow all the same steps and apply it to this as far as tracing and installation go. Your installation guide probably came with a small packet of mounting hardware. Now since we can't anticipate your particular mounting needs and all the things that will be unique to your situation, you're going to want to consider going to a local home improvement store to pick up different type of mounting hardware you're going to actually want to be using for your unique situation. We've already included some of these with our particular kit. But again, it's going to be up to you to decide which ones are appropriate for your situation and go ahead and pick those up as you need them. So step one is you're going to want to be making your appropriate markings on your ceiling. The way you're going to determine that is with a plumb line that using different points on that you've already indicated on your range top are going to correspond up to your ceiling. So we want to find the center of the range top and then each one of the four corners of the range top. From there, we take the plumb line base, connect it to each one of those 5 points, run it to the ceiling, and then from a corresponding point, we're going to network all of those together with a straight line or straight edge ruler. This is your ceiling mounting bracket. Each one of these 4 points here needs to be capable or supported by something that will hold the weight of twice the range of your actual range hood once it's installed. Now, putting that into simple drywall on your ceiling is just not going to do. So you're going to need to find or figure out a way to build an actual strength mechanism up in the ceiling that will hold this particular weight up. We're going to go ahead and show you how to do that in another video. In our situation, we're just mounting this right into plywood. So we know that's going to actually hold it up. But in your case, you're going to want to actually find some sort of supports that are in there that could be ceiling trusses, floor joists, or some sort of a stud system. Now that we've used the plumb line to determine on our ceiling the actual dimensions of our range top cook area, we want to go ahead and take our chimney mounting bracket, set it up in the ceiling, and we want to go ahead and square it based on the lines we drew using that straight ruler. And we're going to go ahead and figure out the dimensions first of the chimney mount itself, place it up, and we're going to trace it once we've got everything square, and then we're also going to find our alignment points so we can go ahead and attach our screws that are going to hold that all up into the ceiling. Now that we've got this traced out, we want to make sure that we go ahead and locate and center up an area that we're going to use to actually take our ductwork through. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and get this cut out before you put the chimney mount up itself. You're going to pull all your ducting work through after that. All right, so that's what the chimney will actually look like once it's put up on the ceiling. Now at this point, you're going to want to make sure that you take the hole that you had cut and pull all your ductwork through it. Unless of course you're doing a ductless transition on this, in which case this is all you're going to have to do. You won't even have a hole cut in the ceiling. It's going to be run through charcoal filters. Now we're going to show you how to install the actual metal support system that supports the entire hood range itself from the ceiling. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and take the metal support system, place it up inside of the ceiling mount itself. Then we're going to go ahead and determine where our screw points are. And we're going to screw it in over here and on the back on these 2 mounting screws on the back. So for a total of 4 mounting points. Now once you've gotten this installed into place, you're going to want to check for your other metal slides to get these in and you're going to want to determine what height you're looking for. Now, typically speaking, on a cooktop surface area, it's 28 to 36 inches to the bottom of the actual hood range itself. Our range hood for this particular demonstration it already measures 9 inches below the bottom of the actual bracket. It's 9 inches that we need to account for when we're actually installing that. So remember that when you're attaching it finally or taking your final measurements, 9 inches from here down, and that is where you begin your 28 to 36 inches down to your cooktop. So now that I've got these installed and put at height that we want to use, we're going to go ahead and put our inner chimney sleeve up first, and we're going to go ahead and attach it through this particular hole up into the top ceiling point up there on the ceiling mounting bracket. We're going to go ahead and use one of these screws to hold it in place once we get it in. So let's go ahead and get that up there. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my outer slide, which is the lower slide. I'm going to get that up in place, and I'm going to hold it in place with simple masking tape that you get at the home improvement store for when you're doing taping around your house. It's got the lower adhesion and it leaves a lot less marking behind on the stainless steel. So I've got that in place. I'm just putting on my last piece of tape here to make sure I hold it in place. Tape that up onto the inside here. I've also wrapped it up around here at the top. You can see that's gone around the actual seam of the outer slide itself. So it's holding on the outside up here on top and inside on the bottom here as well. So at this point here, we're going to go ahead and get ready to put our hood range up. But before we do that, we just want to go over a couple things. First, we want to make sure that we've pulled all of our different ducting down itself and any electrical work that's going to be necessary to have inside of there. And then we're going to want to go ahead and get a couple friends to help us out, because when we put this hood range up, it's a little bit heavy. It's definitely more than a one-person job. So you're going to want to have them holding it for you while you're installing all the different screws onto the actual screw mounts from the chimney down onto the actual top of the hood range itself. Now, there's just one more thing before we actually get this up with my friend's help here. We want to make sure we put the actual transition on the actual top of the duct range and get it screwed down before we set it up there so our duct work can attach to it correctly. So we'll just go ahead and get that in place and we'll attach it and it'll be all ready to go. So now that I've got my chimney mounting bracket in place and I've got the hood range actually tapped to it, I've gotten 2 screws here, 2 here, 2, 2, 2, all the way around. And I'm going to go ahead and feed my electrical work up, and I've got my ducting work done right here as well. Fed my duct in. Everything's all set to go. All I got to do is just slide this back down into place and we're ready to go. So let's go ahead and feed my electrical work up. We'll go ahead and bring this down. Don't forget to detach your tape from over here so you can actually bring this down and into place. So now that I've gotten everything installed and I've polished up my hood and it's all ready to go, I just want to check my grease filters really quick. When they're brand new, there's a little bit of blue tape that runs all the way around this. Make sure you peel it all off, make sure everything looks like it's in good shape before you get it installed and placed back in. And on a ducted system, you'd be all ready to go at this point. However, if you've installed an actual hood range that doesn't have a duct system to it or is ductless, you're going to want to put these charcoal filters on, and those are going to go on both sides of the induction motor that's inside the fan system here. You just place them up on both sides, screw them into place, and they're ready to go. So that about does it today here for the PLFI 520. We just want to say thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and drop us a line or email or comment on our site here, and we'll go ahead and answer your questions as quickly as we can. Thanks again for watching.